Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji for allowing me to do this seva of sharing my satsang with the Sangat. My journey started with Guruji in late 1998, and I distinctly remember that because in the month of December of year 1998, my sister got married, and it was a month or 2 months prior to that, we had gone, my father, my sister, and myself had gone to Guruji's temple to seek his blessings for our would-be son-in-law. So the journey started then. It was early 1999, if I correctly remember, the month of February, when my father was told that Guruji has called, and my father was going to meet Guruji during the working hours of the day. And he proposed to me, would I would like to join for that meeting with Guruji. And obviously, I, being little spiritual in nature, grabbed the opportunity and accompanied him. So when we went to the temple, Guruji was sitting on one side of the main living room, and I and my father went. And as we all know, Guruji would speak in Punjabi, and I find it little. I'm not a Punjabi, so that's one of the regions of India, and I don't understand Punjabi. But understanding Punjabi, being an Indian, is not very challenging. So you could connect the dots and understand what was being communicated. So when my father bowed to seek his blessings and touched his feet, Guruji asked him, "Who is this boy that is towards me?" And my father said that he's my son, Guruji. So the next thing Guruji said was, "Oh, he's Brigadier Vash's son-in-law." And I was surprised. How does he know that my father-in-law's name is Brigadier Vash? Because my father-in-law has never come here. I'm coming second or third time, and I've never had a one-to-one with Guruji. So how would Guruji know about that? So I was also a little skeptical that how did this happen? That he knew my background. Today, on the hindsight, when I see and think about it, it's not surprising at all, because there are so many people like me who have experienced this kind of miracle, where Guruji would already know the profile, the background of the person who has come to seek his blessings. Having said that, he asked Dad if everything is fine. Dad mentioned my father himself is a doctor. He's a very, very senior doctor. Those days, I'm talking of 1999. He already had 30 plus years of medical experience. So he said, Guruji, I have this skin allergy, and whenever I step out in sun, rashes come out all throughout the body. And we were based in Delhi those days, and all of us know that Delhi has got a lot of pollen grass, which causes allergy in the skin, leading to rashes coming out. So Dad was suffering with that medical problem. And this medical problem, my father was suffering for 10 years, and at least 10 months in a year, he would go through this problem. So it had become so painful for him that he would, lose his temper, become a little irritated with the whole thing, because all throughout the day he would be suffering with this allergy and rashes on the skin. So Guruji said, okay, next time when you come with a copper vessel, and I'll tell you what to do. That was it. So we went back, and maybe a month later, somewhere in end March or early April, we went back to the Guruji's temple with a copper vessel. The regime was very simple: put water in the vessel, keep it on the bedside table in the night. Early morning, when you get up, half of that water you should drink it, and the remaining half should be put in the bucket and taken as part of bathing. Those were the days when it was bucket days. The showers were not there. I'm talking of late, 1999, that period. So showers were still, emerging. So, net result: half the water to be drunk and half the water to be poured in your body. So my father said, okay. He started the regime, and I'm an engineer by profession. So I would look at things, in a very, very logical manner, and I could not connect the dots. A copper vessel with water. How will this treat my father, who has been suffering for 10 years, 10 months a year, and he has undergone homeopathy, allopathy, Ayurveda, you name it, all tried of medical treatment in 10 years, and they have not been successful. So I said, here is a treatment which is totally, out of, very different than what we have gone through in the past. So I was watching it very carefully. And this, I'm talking of April 1999. Then in the month of May and June, the medical problem became aggravated, because those are the months when Delhi experiences a lot of heat. And because of heat, the grass grows, and the allergy in the air increases, and it impacts the body. So my father was going through a lot of pain in the month of May, June. And I thought, here is a treatment which is going on from Guruji. And on the other side, the problem is aggravating. So there's a imbalance between the two things. But I was patient. I was just watching it carefully. July, August, September, I saw the problems was tapering down. If I give a stretch target, by December of 99, that problem was resolved. Today we are sitting in December of 2025, that is nearly 26 years back. In this 26 years, my father has never complained about that skin allergy. So here we are talking of 10 years he has been suffering, and he has taken homeopathy, allopathy, Ayurveda, everything. 10 months a year he was suffering. And here is the case from December of 1999 to December of 2025, 26 years. This problem doesn't even cross his mind. Oh, did he even have it? Like, it's one of those kind of things that he's forgotten about the whole thing. So one thing I was very convinced after that, as I said, I'm an engineer, so I put everything in logic, and this was going beyond logic. So I said, I am with some divine power. That divine power has done something to my father, which 10 years nobody could do. The divine power has done it. So I was convinced that I'm at the right place. Here is Guruji, who has given such a simple treatment and resolved the issue which was there for so many years. And it's my father, own father. I'm not even talking about hearsay of somebody else who has seen it, or who has, got some experience or something. Nothing. I'm talking of my own family, my own father. So that's how the journey started. And continuing with that, it was again sometime in, one thing which would always cross my mind. We human beings, as I keep telling in all satsangs, the most notorious part of the body is our mind. Our mind does not allow us to think straight. There are a lot of things keep crossing our mind, and it keeps disturbing you. So there was one thing which was crossing my mind always, and that was that just before Guruji's treatment, there was a homeopathic doctor who was also consulted just during the same period of time, and he had given those homeopathic medicines, those white tablets, which small tablets and all. So my father had undergone that treatment also. So it would cross once in a while that did that treat, because here you know how the human mind works, that there you have taken some chemical, and here is a plain water in a copper vessel. So but I knew that it is that copper vessel, but if once in a while that thought would cross, and I would shun it away, but it would cross. So sometime around 2003 or 2004, some 3 4 years down the line, one day I came in, and Guruji was sitting on a settee. I had a thing in me that whenever I was visiting Guruji, I would touch his feet, and there was a reason behind it, that by touching his feet, some energy will go from Guruji into my body and do some cleansing in myself. We all human beings have our journeys in which sometimes we have taken wrong paths also. So I will accept that there were path which was not good, so we done wrong things, and what we would like to do was, by touching the feet of Guruji, keep cleansing our thought, our mind, our body. Please clean it up and make us a good human being. So with that in mind, I would touch him. So one day, that in 2003, when I touched him, he was talking to somebody, and he got distracted because of my physical touch to him. And he looked at towards me, and he said to the whole Sangat who was sitting there, that this boy is a confused person. I was surprised. Why is Guruji saying like that? I was embarrassed, surprised. I put my head down, slowly walked out, and went and sat down along with other Sangats who were sitting there. Once I was back there, then for 10 15 minutes I did meditation, and then I could gather energy and come back to my normal control, to look up and see towards Guruji, that what mistake I have done, that he has called me a confused boy. So I looked at Guruji, and obviously he was talking to somebody, so there was no eye contact with him, but I was feeling a little embarrassed. And then I saw on my side the doctor whom I thought had treated my father in a homeopathy. He was sitting next to me. That homeopathy doctor, who once in a while who would cross my mind that maybe he treated my father, he was sitting next to me. So here you go. That one thought which crossed your mind, that person itself is taking blessings of Guruji. So now, even that 1% which was crossing my mind, I had to throw that trash idea into the dustbin, because now that issue was also resolved, that he himself is seeking Guruji's blessings. Continuing with that, my father and I, we moved out to a different part of Delhi called Noida, which is a suburb. And the travel time to Guruji's temple increased. So my father started reducing his frequency, reduced it to maybe once a quarter kind of thing. I continued, but my father reduced his frequency to once a quarter, and slowly to once in 6 months, to year. Maybe by 2001 or at stretch 2002, he stopped going to Guruji's temple altogether. He had, those days, like I keep carrying this diary, and there is Swarup. The Guruji would give Swarup like this. He would give Swarup like this to the Sangat. And if you see in this also, his sign is there. So he would give this kind of blessing to the Sangat, and this blessing he had given to us also, and we had kept it in the temple. So my father's thing was that I will pray to Guruji by this Swarup which Guruji has given, this photograph which Guruji has given. I'll keep it in the temple. I'll pray to it, and that's the way I will seek his blessings. Now I'm on the wrong side of the age. I can't go, I can't visit. I would continue to go, and I would ask him that, Father, would you like to come today? And he would say, I will come back to you, means he's not coming. I would still be wanting him to come because I knew for some reasons my father had a special connection with Guruji. And I would want that if he comes with me, Guruji will pay special attention to him because he has a special bonding with Guruji. And in the process, Guruji will throw some special magic on me also. So I was little greedy in that sense that, I was wanting that, seeking that blessing. Year after year, it was passing, and my father would not accompany me. And my inner desire of his joining was not materializing. One day, after the prayers, he came out and he called me and he said that today in the temple, the Swarup, as I showed you, this type of Swarup which is there in the temple, that Swarup was shining. And I could see his eyeball popping out. There was so much of happiness and surprise in his eyes that he was super happy. So he said, I want to, go to the temple and seek blessings of Guruji. I said, okay, Dad. I was over thrilled because here is my desire of years together, which had never materialized. Now, finally, it was materializing. So I said, yes, Dad, definitely. Uh, but I remember that was a day I had to tell him, no, we can't go today because the Guruji's days were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And this one, if I'm distinctly remember, it was Tuesday. So I said, this weekend definitely we'll go. So maybe Saturday or Sunday. I said, Dad, let's go. And he happily agreed because whatever the desire in him had already come that weekend. And I was over thrilled that my inner wish list was coming true. So we both went to the temple, took blessings of Guruji, had prasad, and came back home. Now, that was done. After 4 or 5 days or 3 days, Guruji attained Mahasamadhi. That means Guruji attained Mahasamadhi on 31st May 2007. I'm talking of the weekend before that, the 27, 28, 29, that weekend, 26, 27, 28, that weekend is the weekend I and my father had gone. And it was that week when my father had this thing that Guruji Swarup is telling him to come. That desire came that week. Now, you can, what a sheer coincidence that 2001, maybe maximum 2002 is when my father had gone. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, he did go. 2007, also that last weekend, he went just before Guruji attained Mahasamadhi. Now, you can say that, yeah, it may be a coincidence, but whoever is following Guruji knows there is nothing called coincidence. This is something which Guruji has called. It is his divine power which calls you. Today, who all are hearing this satsang, is not by chance. This is Guruji who has called you to attend this satsang and experience him. What I am communicating is making you experience Guruji from my words. So it was a sheer thing that that weekend we were there and we attended, and 31st May 2007 Guruji attained Mahasamadhi. That was also the day I was there in Chhatarpur, where today Bade Mandir is there and Guruji's Samadhi is there. That place I was there on 31st May 2007. And all the Sangat who was there that day, they were all confused. All were confused. What has happened? Guruji has left us. Now what? Because we all had started seeing the life transformation happening. And now we didn't know what will happen to our life. The, the benefits, the happiness which we were experiencing with Guruji, suddenly Guruji is not there. So we were all confused, shattered. Uh, there was an anxiety. I mean, you name all the adjectives of that kind we were experiencing. That 2007 and now 2025. 18 years. In this 18 years, the magic has grown exponentially only. It is so happy to see that Guruji may not be in physical form, but he is with us. And what I'm sharing the experience, there are so many like me who have experienced and are having experiences going on. When I say this, I want to also share with you that life does not transform into a upward curve only. It does not. There'll be troughs and there'll be crests. So troughs and crests both will be there when you're moving up and down, but overall it will be growing towards upward side. In this journey of mine, I have had miracles of all buckets, whether career bucket, family bucket, health bucket, every bucket. Has the whole life been smooth? No. Have you had challenging times? Super challenging time. Have you had those life turning moments? Many times. And I would think now this is end of my chapter. And suddenly that big problem would diminish and disappear as if it didn't occur. Continuing on that, it was 2018 or 2019. My father and mother, they were going on a international trip to Hong Kong and Japan. They had half journey on flight and half on cruise. Now, that day, my father fell ill the day he had to catch the flight at the airport, and he was in no condition to travel. I said, Dad, hold on. I have a magic pill for you. The same kind of swaroop, I gave it to him, which I always carry. This is, as I said, this is given by Guruji. So this is the the precious uh, thing which we've got. So I gave it to him. In half an hour, he was up and about, and he from the airport he went away. He completed the whole journey. He was in Hong Kong, and then he went on a cruise to Japan, and he had a good trip, and he was back. Another one, I was in Dubai, and I was working in Dubai. I worked in Dubai for more than 6 years. Every weekend, every month, one weekend, I would go to India. So during one of those trips, when I came back to India on generally I would catch a flight on Thursday evening because Friday, Saturday would be holiday, and I would take Sunday as a off from my boss. So get a long weekend to spend with in India. So I came on a Friday morning to India, and when I reached home, I saw my father was not there. I asked the staff, "Where is he gone?" So they told me that he's gone to the hospital with the driver. So around lunchtime, when he was back, I asked the driver what happened. He said the dad had some dental problem and he was getting himself treated. So I asked my father what happened. He said, I got my dental treatment done, and also I have this eye problem. And this eye problem is disturbing me so much that, so as I said, my father is a doctor himself. So he was not able to even write prescriptions for the patients. So it was impacting him a lot. So I said, then he said the doctors have given him some medical treatment and he has to start that. And next week again, he will go and meet the doctor. Done. This was lunchtime. In the evening, around 6, 7, he mentioned that my visibility is further deteriorating. He said it's deteriorating so much that I'm having a real problem. I said so. So he called up the doctor who was is a senior consultant who was treating my father and junior to my father. So he called him up and he said that I'm facing this problem. So the doctor said, "Sir, let's do one thing. You please come on Monday. I will ensure that you are the first patient I see, and we'll start your treatment." But that anxiety was there in him that no, I can't see, and eyesight is one part of the body that if it is impacted, it really makes you a handicapped person. If you have a problem in any other part of the body, you can still manage to, if it is hand, leg or something, you can still do your daily mundane works. But if it is eye, even to go to the restroom, you need somebody to take you along because you can't see, visibility is impacted. So he was not in a very happy state. So, standard as a son, I started making phone calls here and there, and finally, I got one lady doctor who was one of the working in one of the very famous uh, eye uh, treatment chain, ophthalmology chain, and she said, "Yes, please get uncle on Saturday morning, and we'll treat him because this is all on Friday, as I said." So Saturday we went to that clinic with my father. She did some scanning of the eye, and there was another colleague of hers. They both saw, and they said that there's some eye has a problem. There is a gap between the two, something, 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 and this gap is the reason that his visibility is impacted. We'll have to do a treatment, a small procedure to bridge this gap and make it contact so that this problem is solved. Fine. Looks simple. The way they presented it looked simple, but my father was not happy with that response because any procedure in the eye, God forbid, if the procedure is unsuccessful, it may aggravate the problem and it can have a big side effect also. on the eye. So that was something disturbing him. So he was not sure what to do. Then my younger brother and my younger sister, they both are doctors. So they stepped in and they identified another doctor, very famous doctor in Delhi, and told my father, let go to her and get a second opinion. So my father went to her, and she did a scan, and after the scan she said, uncle, when I see your scan, there is a gap. We have to do a procedure to bridge the gap, and it will be done. It's not a big deal. We'll do it. Now obviously, now the second opinion was also on the same lines as the first one. So my father was now really in a uncomfortable position because he's not ready to do any procedure. So my standard response to him, whenever he's going through this challenging time, is Dad, see, there is Guruji who has treated your skin problem, who has treated your past so many medical problems. You just bank on him. There's a Guruji's Swarup, a big one of the same size as this photo frame, in which Guruji had given it to me by hand, and behind he has given his signatures, his wishes, and all. And so I said that one is, a blessing which we have got from Guruji. So watch that and recite Guruji's mantras, keep chiming them, and let Guruji decide what has to be done, because there are things which are in control, there are things which are not in control. So this is not in your control. But definitely what is in your control is to do prayers to Guruji and let him decide. So he started that activity. Now the lady doctor had said the second one, that uncle, please come after a month and we'll do your procedure and we'll resolve it. So after a month or maybe 5 weeks, my parents went to her that, okay, we have come for undergoing that procedure. Now slowly father had mellowed down and he was okay to do the procedure. She said, before we do the procedure, I will undertake one scan. So when she did the scan, she found that that gap, if it was this, it had reduced to half. It had shrunk. It had reduced by 50%. So she said, uncle, surprising, the gap which we had observed in the previous meeting has reduced by 50%. Let's do one thing. Let's give some more time and let's see how it works out. So the next appointment was again after 4-5 weeks. So again after 4-5 weeks, when dad went to her, the problem had reduced to 10%. So that means if it was X in the first trip, it was half resolved. In the second trip, only 10% was left. She said, only 10% is left, uncle. There's nothing, no procedure required. It's all done. And I'm surprised you are kissing 80. And a regeneration of this kind in lakhs, I've not seen it. This is very, very strange that you have got a treatment done of this kind without any medical procedure. This is super rare. But Sangat, you and I know that this kind of things can happen only if there is divine blessings. So there was divine blessings which happened, and my father, I still remember, as I said, this was 2019, the year 2020, 2021, when the COVID struck us. I was in Dubai, and I would do this kind of video call with my parents, and he would point out, hey, there is some hair problem in yours, and he could see so sharply, and I had to use these glasses to see him, and he would talk without glasses. Now this kind of transformation, you and I know, can only happen if you have blessings of divine power. And that's what happened with him. So I have just shared 3 satsangs. First one was that his skin problem, which he shared with Guruji when Guruji was in human form. And I also shared that how I had a thing in my mind that there is another doctor, maybe that 1%. That also I shared a satsang on that also, how that got resolved. That he himself was undergoing treatment with Guruji. Third one, I said that for years together, my father didn't go to Guruji. And he went that week. The 5 days after that, Guruji attained Mahasamadhi. No sheer coincidence. This is Guruji's call. So that was the third satsang I shared. And fourth one was how his Japan trip. And the fifth one was how his eyesight treatment. So you can see all these are medical related problems when Guruji was in human form, when he was wearing chola, to Guruji attaining Mahasamadhi, to Guruji not in human form. In these 3 phases, how he has been all along with us. We may think that he's not around us in physical form. No, it does not matter. The satsangs which I have shared, classic ones, they demonstrate that he is with us. Whether he is in physical form or not does not matter. Does not matter. He is with us. As you can see, he being a super senior citizen. So obviously at that age, it's the health which is the only parameter you're looking for. And from that, how he has held us together. I will share my satsang also in one of the subsequent sessions. I have undergone a life transformation from 1998 to 2025, whether in the job front, on the family front, on the health front, you name the bucket. In all buckets of life, he has helped and given blessings. For this satsang, I will leave the Sangat with 3 magic pills which I have coined for myself and I'm sharing with all of you. First magic pill: divine power is there. In which form you want to visualize it, it's agnostic. It does not matter. There is divine power. Second magic pill: karma, your work. You have to do good job as a human being. You cannot digress from your good path. If divine power is there, then how can you digress? Because if you digress, you know the divine power is watching. I mean, you can hoodwink another human being, but you can't hoodwink divine power. No, no, you cannot. So, karma is your second pill. The third and final pill: if there is divine power and karma, these two, if multiplied, give you your destiny. That's the third pill, is destiny. So divine power, karma multiplied is equal to destiny. If your karma is not correct, your destiny will be accordingly. If your karma is good, your destiny will be accordingly. When I'm telling this in the satsang, I'm also reminding myself I'm a human being. This is the most notorious part of the body. This guy keeps fumbling, keeps falling down, keeps going left, right, and you have to catch hold of him and tell him, come, walk straight, walk straight, walk straight. And again, he will go here and there. And again, you have to pull it back. So even when I'm telling you these three magic pills, I'm telling myself also and reminding myself that please follow these three magic pills and your life is blessed. With this, the present satsang I will end. Thank you, Guruji, once again. Shukrana, Guruji, for giving me this opportunity to share my satsang with the Sangat. And I will come in the next satsang, some sangha, experiences which I have experienced. Today's session was more revolving around my father's experiences. But next time I'll come around mine. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji.